Michael Fassbender and David Fincher are back, baby. Let's talk about it. Comment down below, what did you think of this film, The Killer? What is your favorite David Fincher film of all time? I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Today, we're talking about one of my anticipated films of the year, the 2023 psychological thriller action film, The Killer. A cold, methodical assassin has a near-fatal miss on a mission gone awry and now must battle against his employers who are hunting after him while he slowly begins to lose his mind.
For what it's worth, I would never have involved your female friend.
Directed by the great David Fincher, he is one of my favorite directors. Gone Girl, The Social Network, Fight Club, Seven, all incredible, amazing movies. The way he moves the camera, the fact that he's such a perfectionist and he really puts a lot of thought, time, and energy, maybe sometimes too much, into his shots, into his performances. He'll do 100 takes to get the right shot. And Andrew Kevin Walker, who also wrote Seven, one of the greatest thriller horror films of all time, also wrote this film. So the combination of David Fincher, Andrew Kevin Walker, and Michael Fassbender returning from his Formula 51 racing time, the combination of the three of them together is just amazing. So I was really looking forward to this film, and I was a bit let down with this movie, I'm not gonna lie. There are some really amazing things about this. First of all, Michael Fassbender as the killer himself is amazing. It is so great to see him back. He is such a great actor. I was sad when he's been gone for all these years, and now he's coming back doing The Killer and Next Goal Wins.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm so excited for this kind of like 1-2 punch of him coming back, working with David Fincher, working with Taika Waititi. He's got this really interesting style and body language and face that just reads perfect for a contract killer. I love his voice. I love his narration in this film. He just has a really stone cold, scary performance at times, but also really invigorating and interesting. I thought he lit up the screen so well, and it is awesome to have Michael Fassbender back in movies again.
Please.
Trust no one. Fight only the battle you're paid to fight.
The directing, of course, by David Fincher is great. It's stylized. It's kind of this like dark neo-noir thriller. It feels like Seven and Fight Club and Gone Girl sort of kind of mix into one. I love the tone and the style of this film. Of course, David Fincher knows how to place cameras. The sound design in this movie is really cool. A little off-putting, but that's what it's meant to do. It's intentionally doing that. Really cool effects with the sound and lack of sound at times. This movie is really quiet. So there's this narration and then playing of the music, and music being a really key thing in this film. I just thought it was such a great execution by David Fincher and his sound design team. I thought this movie looked great, even in the dark scenes, like the way that the camera moves and it frames the subjects or what's not on the screen is so awesome. I loved the way that this movie looks. It is definitely a stylish film, and maybe even sometimes style over substance. The action when it happens is visceral and mean and aggressive and harsh. I love that. The tone for the action in this film is fantastic. There's a particular fight scene that happens about 2/3 way through the film. It was amazing. I loved that scene, and it was so well executed. And I wish we had a bit more of that in this film. Like, there's really only that one scene that's like hand-to-hand combat. The rest of it is like very much shooting. It's like sleuthing, running away, going to the next target, you know, breaking in, planning how he's going to get in. That's more the film, and I wanted to be just a bit more action-based. This could have been a really cool opportunity for David Fincher to do a little bit of an action movie. I wanted him to lean a little bit more into the action side of things, and I think if he had done that, this movie would have had a better pace. It would have moved a lot quicker because it was slow at times. But when the action did happen, I thought it was fantastic. And this movie is entertaining. It's got some great performances, but, and there's a really big but.
Like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
The writing in this film was weak, and that's strange coming from Andrew Kevin Walker. I just didn't think the writing was great in this film, and part of that is the excessive amount of narration in this film. First 10 minutes of this movie is just like a guy sitting in a room preparing for the kill, which is fine, but the narration was like almost preachy. Like, it felt like he's just kind of rambling. That's the core problem with this movie. It feels like a bunch of middle-aged men, you know, guys in their late 40s, early 50s, who have done a lot of work in the film industry and have been very successful, and they are depressed and older and bored.
So boring, man.
Okay.
The writing felt very choppy and kind of like this man is really depressed, so he doesn't know what to do or what to do for his career, for writing and directing even. So this is kind of the next project that they want to do. I know that David Fincher's been wanting to do The Killer for like 20 years now, and he this has been a passion project of his, but I didn't feel a lot of passion coming from him in this movie. And that's strange with a David Fincher film, because I usually feel that. This time, not really. It felt kind of lackluster, and the story was not that very compelling. It is a simple story. It's kind of a revenge story, really. We've seen it done like this a million times. I've seen it done better than this. And while I do appreciate David Fincher and his tone and his directing and his style, I don't know if he was best suited for this. Like, it didn't ultimately give me very much, and I was disappointed with that.
Terribly, deeply betrayed.
The worst thing about this movie is the pacing. This is a slow burn.
It's gonna be a slow burn.
It is entertaining, but there are some parts where I was like, oh man, speed this up. Let's go. The pacing of this film is like this. It starts, and then something happens, and then it's just this the whole time. And there was just not a lot of ebb and flow in this movie. It just felt this like constant, almost like a droning on and on effect. And it made the film feel 10, 15 minutes too long. And I was really hoping to put The Killer on my list of potential top 10 films of the year, and I just don't think this movie's going on that list. Before I get my final grade for this film, what did you think of The Killer? Were you a fan of this film? What is your favorite David Fincher film? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. It is worth checking out. I don't think you need to see it in theaters. Once it comes out on Netflix, I think it's worth checking out then. So I'm gonna go ahead and give The Killer a B. Thank you so much for joining me today on Mr. Teach Film Preach. You have lots of other review channels to choose from, and the fact that you choose this one means so much to me. Come back and check out some other reviews, like my top 10 favorite Martin Scorsese films, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Have a great day, everyone. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.